Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. So, I've been getting some private messages saying, no, asking, how do you color? How do you particularly color? Me. And I want to tell them, I don't know. I'm just coloring. I'm just using the techniques that I've learned over, all these years. But that's not good enough. So let me show you. What I have here is I started with a simple sketch, the usual sketchy stuff. Doesn't matter. You don't even need a full sketch like this. Just have construction lines because the real stuff comes after, such as the lines. When you learn your lines, it took me a while to figure out my perfect kind of line art, and even this might not be perfect for me. There's always tweaking to be done, but I'll have to cover that a bit later. That's a little more. But for now, what I made myself is a big coloring book. And I could color inside the lines using the power of technology. And that's the whole goal. Now, coloring. Here's how I like to start. What the? Oh, stupid. I like getting the constraints around the image first, before anything. Oh, whoops, I forgot a couple things here. Since I'm not doing a full body, I always like cutting off the bottom, because why have the bottom if you're not planning to have it there? So let me just do something silly like that. That way, magic wand tool, that is in all your programs. It's not just going to be Paint Tool Sci. There we go. All the constraints are good. I colored everything there. Good. Now I'm going to go to my selection and invert it. Now I have everything inside. After everything's inside, I like having just a dark, kind of a dark thing going on. Other artists do it for when they're digitally painting. I'm doing it just so I could clearly see where my brights are and where my darks are going to be. That'll be for later. So I have that. Now I'm going to start the actual method of coloring, which is color masking. Color masking involves making constraints and drawing within the constraints. So you know what? Let me start with the hair. Magic wand tool, hairing it up. Oh wait, look at that. Let me get rid of those real quick. So I'm gonna get my constraints, go back to my layer, cut them out. Either way, hair, 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 hair. That's hair. Oh, there's another constraint. Oh, what have I done? Oh well. Yeah, it looks like it for the hair. Luma's a different color than the hair, kinda, so I'll leave Luma out of this. So there's my hair constraint. I'm going to make a new folder, because it's important to stay somewhat organized. Good luck. It's kind of tough after a while. So there's my hair mask. Along with that, I'm going to give it some color. Rosalina's kind of a really bright kind of blonde, so let's do something like that for now. If anything, I could always change the colors later. With, again, the power of technology. So, not worried. Who cares? Here's my lines. Let me fix up that. Okay, now we're good. Always press Control S to save your work. That's just a basic thing you learn. So I have my hair mask. Let's finish up the rest of the masks here. Oh yeah. See, I was kind of stupid. Because usually I separate my eyes and my mouth on a separate line layer. But let's do it. Let's do it the cheap way. Let me finish off the skin here. Skin, skin. That might not be skin. Skin, 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 skin. Yeah, skin. There we go. Oh, more skin. This is actually her, the scarf. So, not worried about that right now. So here's my skin mask. And she is a super light, kind of pale skin. Again, I could always change these. Doesn't even matter. But the point is, I have it down. Oh yeah, I could get those eyes too. Let's get that done. This can be done manually. It's small. You don't need a paint bucket tool or anything. So essentially every base of a color has a layer. Now here's where the cool stuff is. Now it's called different things. You might actually have a color mask option for the layer. For Sai, it's called a clipping group. So what I'm going to do, let's do the skin first. I'm just going to go to New Layer, right above the skin, mark Clipping Group right on the top. Now you see that little pinkish thing? Now this layer is connected to the skin layer. So layer 5 that I have right here is actually part of skin layer. So whatever I do on this layer will actually only appear on this layer. So again, I'm coloring inside the lines, and I'm not even worried about what I'm doing here, because I can't color on this. I can only color where my mask is connected to. And let's say, see how I kind of bled these together here? I don't need to do it like that. I could always just use, again, the power of technology, go to my constraints on my line art, and I could color them separately. For example, this is going to have different shading than this. So I'm just going to color this separately using that same soft brush, or whatever brush I need, really. So from there, you could do everything separate. And that is honestly, that's the only gimmick. That's it. From there, you just fine-tune your colors to make sure, like, hey, how should it look? Hey, that looks kind of normal. Depending on the lighting, you know, you want different stuff. Oh, that's kind of nice. And from there, you could sample it, of course. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Color masking. It's great. Another cool thing you could do with your color mask is, let's say your line art is black. You could give it some color. So make a new layer, just like before, Clipping Group. Give it a little bit of a flair to it, you know? And from there you could experiment, especially if your line art's extra thin. Sometimes it gives a really nice look. But it just gives it a whole different style in general. But, you know, that's for experimentation. That's all I got. That's my color masking method. If anybody has any other questions on how I do things, let me know, and I could go over it. So, catch you guys later.